We are often told that raw physical effort is the only requirement for financial success. But millions of people spend their entire lives working exhausting hours while making zero forward progress. Without a specific strategy for capital, hard work often leads to burnout rather than equity. Over the next 6 minutes, we will identify the specific patterns that separate those who merely trade their time for a paycheck from those who actually build wealth. To start, take a pen and paper or open a blank digital document. Divide your page into 4 distinct quadrants. Financial results usually follow the clarity of a plan. By defining these 4 areas now, you create a checklist for every financial decision you make moving forward. At the top of your first section, write, "Take control and find opportunities." Most people who struggle financially blame external factors, the economy, their boss, or the government. Those who build wealth are the primary cause of their results. If you fixate on obstacles, you stop. If you aggressively scan for desired outcomes, you find opportunities. Underneath your heading, write down one current financial problem you are facing. Immediately next to it, reframe that problem into one specific, actionable opportunity. If you don't define your own perspective, your bank account will remain a reflection of your circumstances rather than your choices. In the second section of your page, write, "Net worth greater than income." Society focuses almost entirely on monthly salary, but a high income is secondary to how much of that income you actually keep. If your lifestyle expenses rise every time you get a raise, your wealth stays at zero. True wealth is measured by net worth. You calculate this by taking the total value of your assets, everything you own, and subtracting everything you owe. For your second checkpoint, write down a rough estimate of your current assets, subtract your debts, and record that final number. This is your baseline. Earning more only matters if you retain more. Otherwise, you are simply a high-volume conduit for debt. Move to the third section and write, "Manage what I have now." There is a common trap in thinking that money management only begins once you have a surplus. People say, "Once I'm rich, I'll start tracking my spending." In reality, you must demonstrate the ability to manage minimal resources before the environment yields any more to you. You have to prove you can handle $10 before you are given $10,000. Waiting until you have money to manage it is like a person refusing to start a diet or exercise until they have already lost 20 pounds. It is a logic that guarantees you stay where you are. Your third action, make a hard commitment to track every single dollar you spend this upcoming week, regardless of how small your account is right now. Building wealth is the cumulative result of daily management habits, not a single isolated event. In the final section of your blueprint, write results and investments. As long as you trade hours for dollars, your earning potential is limited by the clock. Because your time is strictly finite, any income tied directly to your presence is permanently capped. Consider a massage therapist serving one person versus a manufacturer fulfilling 500 orders. One is limited by their body, the other scales by a system. Investing turns your capital into an independent workforce. It creates a system generating revenue, requiring no physical presence. For your final action, write down one way you can tie your current income to performance results rather than time, or identify one scalable asset you can begin research on today. Trading time for money creates an inescapable limit. Real growth requires decoupling your earnings from your hours. Look at the document you have just created. You now have a documented set of principles to guide your financial behavior. You have replaced blame with responsibility, prioritized net worth over income, committed to active management, and identified the need for scale. Start this process today. Open your banking app or look at your last receipt and log that expense. Financial stability is not a byproduct of luck or raw labor. It is the result of following a repeatable, documented process.